XRP has done it again. It's another bright day for XRP holders, and we are slightly on the green side. Don't bank your hopes high just yet, since the crypto market is very unpredictable and anything could happen in the next couple of days. All in all, I have some incredible facts that I think are worth your attention. Stick around to the end for the technical analysis that I promise is worth the wait. With that said, let's get started, shall we? What's up, guys? Welcome to Money Side, where we let the money do the talking. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and the notification bell. That way you get up-to-date news on cryptocurrencies. To start, this is news by XRP2764869, a crypto enthusiast on Twitter. There was a recorded glitch that, from the thread, it only happened to XRP. Now that's a clear sign that XRP is headed to the moon. This is the best example of how a phoenix rises from the ashes, as the tweet suggests. And frankly, it's true. If there was a slight glitch, it means chances are the whales are already buying as many XRPs as they can. That could potentially push XRP's price to a new all-time high, even though it has been consolidating sideways for the last couple of weeks. The coin isn't anywhere near giving up, and that's all thanks to the support it gets from the cryptocurrency community. There was another tweet that I thought was worth sharing, and it shows you that crypto is a long-term investment. 5 years ago, XRPs traded at a low of 0.0058, and now it's oscillating at the $1 to $2 mark. For sure, these cryptocurrencies are here to stay, and on top of that list is XRP. As much as most people are complaining about the current drops in XRP's price, I believe it's because of the late entry. But that's not such a bad thing. XRP is still headed to the top side, but all we have to do is be patient and hold. I think that's the best course of action to avoid the current market swings. Then there was this face-off between Ripple and Ethereum. Quick question, who would you think would ever win if this were an actual life event? XRP or Ethereum? I'm sure most of you will pick Ethereum, which I don't blame you for. Ethereum has managed to create one of the best dApp platforms of all time and spearhead the industry. But do you know Ripple is also spearheading the CBDC's front? Yep, that's right. In the world of CBDCs, cross-border transactions, and low costs, Ripple is at the top of its game. With that in mind, it's challenging to put these two crypto giants on the same level, since they virtually solve different problems. All in all, I would still bank my money on XRP. No offense, my Ethereum gang. On the 3rd of June is another significant day for Ripple and the SEC lawsuit. This court case has been running for months now, and I think it's time it came to the finish line. We all want to see what will happen next after the SEC backs off Ripple's back. The token will likely hit another all-time high, potentially making traders millions, if not billions. Anyone who invested in this coin has the chance to profit a lot if the SEC simply backs away from this lawsuit. Just the other day, I shared the conversation about one of the significant attorneys in the SEC's corner backing away from this lawsuit. That was a show that this regulatory body might likely lose the lawsuit. But we are yet to see what happens next. So cross your fingers and let's hope for the best for the Ripple community. One of you guys asked for my honest opinion on whether the SEC should be disbanded or not. Frankly, I believe the SEC is a necessary regulatory body that brings some sanity to all the chaos happening in the crypto market. I mean, a lot of new coins popping up around every corner, some I've not even gotten to understand how they function. And from my perspective, amidst all this chaos, there's a chance a few crypto creators will try to bend the laws in their favor. That could potentially result in the loss of tons of cash, especially for the regular trader. On top of that, the regulatory body mostly does an impressive job, which should also be recognized. I insist mostly. However, when it comes to XRP, I think a lot is happening under the table, and we can't see it. From that angle, the SEC could hurt Ripple's plans and end up causing more damage than good to the overall cryptocurrency community. Anyway, you can't blame them for trying to exercise their legal job by coming after cryptos. But if any of the SEC members get to see my videos, I think this was a long shot coming from them. Pursuing Ripple for a sale they made during their launch is stretching too far. Maybe if the sale happened last year or even this year, that could have been a more reasonable move. All in all, the justice system might favor Ripple, which could push XRP's prices to the top. We all know that Ripple Labs is designed for the corporate world, so they are integrating their RippleNet framework with central banks to provide fast transactions across the globe. The best part is that these transactions have low fees. This tweet also shares their ODL service, That's a total win for any corporate that works with Ripple Labs. The company promises to provide its clients the chance to source liquidity without pre-funding. That will potentially change the financial industry forever. Ripple Labs offers free working capital with on-demand liquidity to deliver immediate cross-border payments. That's actually the sweetest deal I've ever seen for any financial institution. What's more, the ODL solution will significantly reduce the cost and delivery time for cross-border transfers, and most of your customers will reap the benefits of this type of network. That will essentially speed up the business transactions across borders, hence smoothing out the connectivity between different continents in terms of business. And the fact that this service is affordable is a definite plus for any international merchant business out there. Consequently, the banks won't lose a thing by working with Ripple Labs. In fact, they have a lot to gain from this partnership. That's why several central banks are already on board with this system. I think it's high time the government and the banks accept that cryptocurrencies are here to stay. That's because the earlier they do, the better it will be for them. I actually believe the world's governments will benefit tremendously from the crypto market if only they all believe in it. What's more, the initial objective of Bitcoin, to overthrow the world government, is no longer the mission for most cryptocurrencies, including XRP. XRP is trying its best to merge these two worlds that they should be applauded for, not prosecuted in court. Instead of the SEC trying vehemently to take down Ripple, they should be joining hands. By far, Ripple Labs seems to have the most logical mission ever. The company is not backed by an influential person, neither is it a hype coin. Traders believe in the roadmap of XRP and Ripple. No wonder the market cap of this coin keeps growing. It will likely even hit that $2 mark sooner than we thought. I mean, why else would XRP be the only crypto to survive the market crash that happened a couple of weeks ago? We are still feeling the effects of that drop to this day. XRP took a hit, but it was not that significant compared to the giants like Bitcoin. This crypto king spooked the entire market by trading below the $40,000 mark, and that all started with a simple tweet from Elon Musk. Imagine that! One person, coupled with other news that happened later on, caused severe panic in the market that I'm sure most people are in losses as we speak. Now, that shows hype coins and anything that follows Bitcoin's path blindly will be highly affected by the whales. If it was not for the SEC lawsuit, XRP could already be on the moon by now. Therefore, XRP's mission is more robust than what most people think. Above all, this coin didn't come to play. It ventured in uncharted waters where many failed and others were even afraid to try. And it's currently succeeding even with all the challenges in its path. That's a coin that I can support all the way. XRP will likely be the winner of the most enduring cryptocurrency of all time once this chaos blows over. And I can't wait to say, I told you guys, when this coin heads straight to the moon and beyond. Anyway, let's take a quick look at the technical analysis before wrapping the video. If we look at the hourly time frame perspectives, since XRP managed to bounce within its structure, it has moved on with some interesting establishments. And as I discovered now, it has formed this main channel formation within the structure with the coherent wave count within, and the minor waves A to B already completed, with the wave C within the channel remaining, which will complete the major wave B in the bigger wave count. When XRP then manages to bounce in the structure as it is shown in my chart, this will lead to an upside breakout above the upper boundary of the channel and continuations to the upside, with the upper target zone likely to be approached from where the situation needs to be elevated anew, and if Ethereum manages to continue further or firstly forms a reversal. Now, if we were looking at the monthly time frame, that was nice. SEC's price suppression on XRP is coming to an end, as it is rumored that the SEC employees in Wales have already bought as much as they could at low prices. Earlier this year, the defense case for the San Francisco firm had looked dead in the water with maximum FUD. Haters clapped and weak hands sold, according to crypto observers. The SEC files its lawsuit a few days before Christmas 2020, claiming its founders were selling its product. Imagine that. A company selling products is something unheard about until now. They also stated its founders were getting rich, something unheard also. Now, 6 months on, and after a series of bruising battles, it appears the odds are now with Ripple holders. Please keep in mind, we're not a licensed financial advisor. All videos on this channel are intended for entertainment purposes only. Let us know what you think in the comments section below, and let's have a conversation. As always, we thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to like this video and to click on that subscribe button below. Turn on notifications, that way you get informed whenever we post our amazing content. Thanks again, and we'll look forward to seeing you in our next video.